What's up? This is Red Hawk, and I'm gonna talk about how I find it interesting. I find it interesting to be an alcoholic while being a schizoid, I guess, and how like alcohol is weirdly like a temporary cure to being a schizoid. Like you notice that in your regular life when you're sober. And I was sober basically my entire life until I was 24. And from the ages of 19 to 24, I was completely just apathetic, bored by everything, completely fine having no friends, and like dead inside, like feeling no emotions, couldn't cry, couldn't get angry, just like dead and blunted. But I've noticed it's weird. Ever since I've become an alcoholic, I've noticed there's something weird about alcohol where if you get close to the stage where you're blackout drunk, and you have to get close to the stage where you're blackout drunk, this doesn't work if you only get slightly drunk. But if you get to that stage, it's weird. Alcohol is like a temporary, and I emphasize the word temporary, but it's like a temporary cure, like to schizoid, to being a schizoid. Because like when you're at that point, it's like all of a sudden you can feel emotions again. Like you can cry, you can feel angry over bad things happening. It's weird. It's like it makes you alive again, and makes your brain so much more creative and like vivid and visual. Now, of course, you're like disassociating in bed and not like, it's not healthy. You're just like sitting in bed emotionless for like 24 hours straight. But your mind's having the most creative, like vivid visuals that you could never be creative enough or just have such images in your mind. So it's almost like you're dreaming, except you're not dreaming. You're awake, and yet the daydreams feel so, your mind is just like so good where it like blurs the distinction between dreaming and, being awake and daydreaming. And also, the thing about being a schizoid is you're actually comfortable with having no friends or whatever. Like you have I haven't had any close friends for 12 years. And I haven't had any close acquaintances for 7 years. So every day I'm alone up in my room and I don't do anything other than, surf the internet, watch YouTube videos, waste my time, and do nothing basically, like always. But when you're at that drunk stage, when you're really close to being blackout, it's weird because like as a schizoid, I can honestly say I don't want close friends. I don't want a girlfriend. I've never had a girlfriend, and I'm fine with it. But when you're drunk, it's weird. I wonder what the fuck that beeping is. I'm in my garage right now. It's like I have this. It's a temporary cure where all of a sudden, like, you actually do want friends. It's like it rewires your brain so you actually want friends. You actually want, like, a girlfriend and to, like, settle down and have a family. And it's like, it's weird. And I think that's why I became an alcoholic, not out of, like, emotional pain, but just out of, like, boredom. Just because, like, it was so interesting that my mind, like, actually starts working in different ways that it's never done before. Because for the longest time, I've been happy being alone. I've been fine being alone. I remember in the past, I would see people complaining about being alone and how painful it was and how much it sucked. And I'd be like, oh, I'm alone and I'm perfectly fine with it. Just accept just accept you're going to always be alone and, just don't care. It worked for me. No. But I wasn't very happy being alone. I wasn't very sad either. I was just meh. I felt nothing. And I still feel nothing, really. But alcohol's just so interesting. How it makes you feel things. And at the same time, it kind of like makes your life worse. Okay, being an alcoholic is not good. Just because it does interesting things doesn't mean you should be an alcoholic, okay? Now, I might be fucked now because I might have I might have been drinking a bit too much, a bit too consistently, and I might be fucked. And it is what it is, but it is very interesting how alcohol affects you, affects my schizoid psychology. God, that beeping is starting to fucking annoy me. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to come on here and like commentate about how alcohol affects me. I find it so interesting because nothing else my entire life has done that. It's weird because like you almost feel like you're alive when you're really drunk. And so like it's like that's why you form the dependency. And there's not much you can do about it. If you're like me. If you're a schizoid and you've never drunk alcohol, I would recommend never starting to drink it. Okay? Don't even start. Just never touch it. I was pretty good about this because, like I said, I didn't have a drop of alcohol until I was 21. I never drank alcohol a single time, not even a single sip, till I was 21. And then I didn't become an alcoholic till I was 24. Like when I was 21, I only drank like 3 times the entire year. 22, I think I only drank 2 times that year. Like I barely ever drank. And then at 24, some things happened and I drank to cope with the boredom. And I started noticing that my mind started working differently. And that was interesting. And, because I was so bored and apathetic about everything, now I'm like at the point where I think I'm heading downhill very fast. Like I've turned into an alcoholic, and it's very clear. Like I feel like I could fucking outdrink an elephant right now. But yeah, I wonder do any other schizoids experience this? Where if you drink a lot, like it temporarily like changes you into not being a schizoid. Because not only do a lot of people that say they have no friends usually will have friends online, even though when they say they have no friends, they mean in real life friends. But me, I've had no friends online or offline, and no close acquaintances online or offline, because I just don't ever interact with people. I just observe. I just watch. And I guess that's why I'm doing this vlog right now, to talk, because I feel like I'm going to go insane if I don't actually talk. If I don't actually use my ability to communicate, I literally will go insane because of the fact I'll forget how to actually speak because I never do it. And so I have to start speaking, or I don't think things will be good. So that's what this is here for me to speak and get my thoughts out and have my brain still know how to speak. And, the neurons in my brain responsible for knowing how to communicate, for knowing how to consistently put out thoughts using my voice. I need those neurons to remain intact. And I'm probably fucking them up just by being an alcoholic, but at least I need them to be somewhat intact, and which means I need to actually do it. I need to speak. And that's what this video, dark vlog, or whatever the fuck it is for. And that's all really I gotta say. Oh my god. Alcohol makes you bold too. Like, usually when I'm a part of a bunch of Discord servers where I just lurk. I never actually interact with anyone. I just observe. But when you're an alcoholic, you'll actually type things. You'll actually interact with people. I still won't interact with people voice-wise, but I'll fucking text. And I usually never do that. So it's just some interesting things I wanted to share. Peace.